Hi and welcome back to the channel. So we're continuing Dark today. It's episode 3. In English it's called Past and Present, and in German it's Gestern und Heute. So yeah, very intriguing so far, and the last one ended with something very interesting. Mikkel running out of the cave again, and he's still the same place geographically, but not the same time period, or not the same time. He's back in 1986, I believe, the time where Ulrich's brother went missing. So some kind of connection between the past and the present. I don't know exactly how, where, when.
Yeah, so at least this title is definitely, I think, foreshadowing something about.
We're gonna be jumping back
Mikkel,
and forth between the 80s and now. So yeah, that's
interesting.
very interesting. Do you just want to jump straight into it and then, as usual, talk about it afterwards? Here we go. Okay, just right where we left off. Looks very different.
Mama? Wer sind Sie? Weißt du, wo er ist? Weißt du, wo Mats ist? Tut mir weh! Mama, komm, zurück.
This is probably why she's weird.
Yeah, that disappearance of Mass, that just broke her. Alright, so when are we now?
80s.
It looks 80s.
Ich dachte nur, du hast ja keine Familie. Ja, so wollte ich das jetzt nicht sagen.
Ist kein Problem.
Oh yeah, the dead birds.
Yeah.
Schau dich doch mal an, sitzt da wie so ein Schluck Wasser in der Kurve. Hallo, Regina, ich rede mit dir.
She's the one who owns the hotel.
Yeah, that's why she's so uptight.
Yeah. What the hell is he going to do? That poor kid. He has no one to help him.
Ich suche meine Mama.
Ist hier nicht der Kindergarten?
Die ist die Direktorin.
Herr Hubert? Er ist vielleicht eine Schwuchtel, aber ganz bestimmt keine Frau.
Ist das dann hier nicht Winden?
Bist du nicht ein bisschen zu jung für Acid?
Habt ihr jetzt Geschi?
No one's gonna comment on the fact that he's dirty and got blood on his face. And like, are you okay, kid? If I saw a kid walking around like that, looking confused, I would be like, are you alright? Can I help you?
Where's your mom?
Yeah. Where are your parents? Anything. Oh, and now we get to see more of
Morgen, Claudia.
Morgen.
Ein Geschenk für dich. Das ist ein Buch.
Danke. Also dann, ich bin spät dran.
Wir stehen alle hinter dir, Kurz vor 6 wollte ich die Viecher füttern. Und dann das.
Vielleicht ein Wolf?
Wer tötet denn einfach 33 Schafe?
33. 33 years.
Markus Evangelium 1333.
Was willst du denn hier?
Ich will zu meinem Vater.
Wie heißt er denn?
Ulrich Nielsen? Arbeitet der denn nicht hier?
Nein, und das wird er bestimmt auch nie.
Ich bin Ulrichs Sohn. Welcher Tag ist heute?
5. November 1986.
1986.
Ulrich was kind of a bad kid.
You saw Katharina?
Well, yeah.
She was kind of a meanie.
Kein Anschluss unter dieser Nummer.
Impressive he even knows how to use a phone like that.
My only aim is to take many lives. The more, the better I feel. Warum hörst du sowas? Was ist das?
Ein Huf. Das sieht man doch.
Machst du das auf der Wiese?
Welche Wiese?
Hast du die Schafe getötet?
Wenn du dir nicht den ganzen Tag dein Hirn wegsaufen würdest.
Die Tür war offen.
Wegen Mats? Er hat ja den Schlüssel vergessen.
What's he gonna say? Like,
Yeah, what can
I'm
he
from the
say? What
future.
can he do? Like, how can he even prove it? Are there like years in like inside of? Can you see when a piece of clothing was made, for example? Like.
Ich weine, es wird alles wieder gut. Wolltest du mir das einfach unterjubeln? Ich habe dir gesagt, wenn es Leichen im Keller gibt, dann muss ich das wissen.
Es gibt Dinge, die lohnt es sich zu wissen, und es gibt Dinge, die lohnt es sich nicht zu wissen, weil man sie ohnehin nicht ändern kann. Weißt du, was sich seit Tschernobyl verändert hat? Die Leute haben das Vertrauen verloren in uns, in die Kernenergie. Die haben die Bilder gesehen.
Ist ja ein großes Ding. Eine Frau, die Leitung des AKW.
Ja schon. Auch ein Mensch?
Ein einzelner Mensch? Solange er nicht Freddy Krüger ist, muss er sich schon ziemlich ins Zeug legen.
Hatte eines von diesen Schafen? Ich meine, fehlte dir mein Huf?
Nein. Alle so, wie der liebe Gott sie geschaffen hat. Die Trommelfelle sind geplatzt. Auf beiden Seiten.
Oh, that's the same with when they found Mass in the future. His eardrums were. Oh, he's gonna show her some shit. Wow, okay, that's... She's just gonna go down there in heels and everything.
Wenn du reden willst, ich bin da.
Ich komme aus der Zukunft.
The hell is she gonna see? Whoa.
Nuclear waste?
And a lot of it.
Oh, Jesus.
Fuck. It's just a bird. Oh, there we go with the flickering again.
Hide.
Should have brought an umbrella. Wow, that's a lot of birds.
It's definitely more than 33, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Hannah.
Hey, Ulrich. Ist das jetzt die Apokalypse?
Schon ein bisschen enttäuschend.
Ich hab's mir irgendwie lauter vorgestellt. Greller.
Going back to the cave.
I just wanna go back.
Yeah. I'm afraid it's not gonna be that easy at all.
Wenn die Welt heute ausgelöscht wird und alles neu beginnt. Was würdest du dir wünschen?
Ganz klar. Eine Welt ohne Winden.
Before they made it impossible for people to open windows in hospitals, I guess. A journey through time.
Oh. Okay. Oh. Cancer.
Probably, yeah. That's why she's been doing that for a while.
Yeah. Oh, he's going to break in?
Yeah.
Oh no. That's gonna drive him mad.
Yeah. What? So that was the past and present. And we definitely got a lot of the past and some of the present in this one. I really enjoyed this episode. I think
Me as well.
it was really, really good, and kind of like, I think what I was hoping that they would delve into, but I wasn't anticipating that they would just pick it up straight like from when we left off last time with Mikkel appearing in 1986. But yeah, and then in this one we got to see like the whole state of affairs with some of the characters we do know, just younger versions and their parents and stuff. Yeah, we got to see how Vinton was in 1986, and when some of this stuff was going on, that's going on in the present as well. So, but man, I still don't know nothing about get a little bit more here and there, but just as that guy said, we know a drop so far. What we do know, yeah, and what we don't know is like an ocean. So that's very representative of how the viewers are feeling as well, I'm sure.
Yeah. We didn't really get any answers. I think this was more, this episode was more of a character driving into the characters, and also a little bit of explaining at least why they are as they are.
Yeah, exactly. Like they're why for example, I don't remember her name, but
Regina,
the woman who owns the hotel.
Regina.
Yeah, Regina. It's obvious that why she's so uptight and she's having some problems in the present time is because of her experience as a kid with her mom. It seems like she was neglected, it seems like, a lot, and her mom was focusing on running this power plant instead, or wanting to run it, and now she's in a position that she's going to run it, but she doesn't know everything about it, and she went down to see a lot of nuclear waste, it seems like.
Yeah.
Or at least a lot of barrels.
With the radioisotope mark on it, like radioactivity. So it probably is about nuclear waste, and why they hid it away was because of Chernobyl.
Which makes
definitely
good sense, because of course the world after Chernobyl happened, they were kind of scared that something like this could happen again, and nuclear power plants, rightfully so, they probably took a lot of precautions to make sure that people felt safe and that something like Chernobyl wouldn't happen. But
we also had a tidbit in the, I think it was in the radio in 1986 or on the television, about how there was a
nuclear waste in the Rhine.
Yeah, I don't know if it was nuclear waste, but it was some sort of chemical leak or something that flowed out into the Rhine. And yeah, that maybe that was also what they talked about, how people are so scared of all these things they don't really know or don't understand, or the greater risk of it, and they've seen the pictures from Chernobyl, and that scares them, of course. So they have to hide it away, and they have to hide away some things from the ledges and everything if they want to keep this whole thing running. And
right, people are understandably so focusing on the dangers of nuclear power plants at that time because of Chernobyl, and so it makes a lot of sense for them to be cautious about what they do and how they do it. But that previous owner guy, there's obviously something else, and something that they have tapped into but that they know very little about. So what else, this whole nuclear, all these barrels, all this waste and whatever is going on down there, what all this means and how, I'm not sure, but one thing that I'm fairly certain of is that it connects to the whole whatever's going on, and
it must,
and with the time travel and
it must.
The animals dying, and
one theory of mine, though, is these barrels with a lot of toxic waste, they have a lot of energy. There is a lot of energy around them because of the radiation, of course. So there's a lot of energy, and if we look into the actual physics, you will need, or at least one of the theories, at least, you will need like a lot of energy to create a breach between time and space. We talked about this in Stranger Things as well, that you will need like a weak point, and you will need like a very big amount of energy. So if the energy comes from the barrels, then the caves might be like a weak and a point of entry, or point of
maybe there was something like that, as you said, some kind of entry point, or some kind of place where it's where you could get through to another time, or something like that. And
I think it's called the sandwich theory, actually.
Sandwich?
Yeah, because it's explained by a sandwich. Like, you have these two realities, and in the middle there is like a barrier of some jam or something. But if you with a lot of energy, if you point it down in the middle, you can actually create this breach between it.
Oh, okay,
It's because it's very soft and, very squishy in the middle. I can't remember the exact details, but I actually think it's called the sandwich theory.
Interesting.
By physics. Physicians. No.
Physicists.
Physicists, yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah, language. You're funny. So yeah, that's yeah, a lot of stuff going on. It seems like, even though we have no comprehension so far of exactly what, and they aren't really being generous with information so far.
No.
They're keeping us in the dark. No pun intended.
Yeah, they are, and I think the only thing we might have been a little bit more
something we
know what we have some answers to maybe is that there is an actual connecting point in the caves that
and it
Ulrich
has something to do with the nuclear power plant, certainly, or something they did or are doing. But
we still
and apparently the weak point is it's so weak that you can stand near it and yell, and someone on the other side can hear you and hear what you're doing. So, yeah, that must be horrible, Ulrich and Mikkel being able to hear
each other,
but that's it. Whew. Something you never ever want to experience.
So one thing that struck me was this person, Ines, the nurse.
Yeah.
And how we were told that she did not have a family.
Yeah, they made a thing out, like they kind of made not a big deal, but they made sure that we kind of knew.
That she did not have a family, she did not have anyone, it seems like. But we saw in the end, with all these comparisons between the 86 people and then the present...
The past and the present.
Yeah, exactly. We saw that Ines is actually Jonas' grandmother, paternal grandmother. But the thing that struck me as weird here is that we didn't see Jonas. Jonas' father. I cannot recall his name.
And if Ines has no family, then of course she can't have any
where does he come from?
And he should be the same age.
Around, because we saw Hannah, Jonas' mother, and also with Ulrich. So maybe the affection actually started a lot earlier on, and maybe they're gonna dive into that at some other point, why they are not together before the affair or whatnot. But the thing being, we do not see Jonas' father, and Ines is very fond of. Seems like she's growing fond of Mikkel, and as you said, she's not completely dismissive about the whole thing. I'm from the future thing, because honestly, if somebody said that to me, that they were from the future, I would be like,
yeah, right.
Yeah, right. I would be very dismissive of them. I would be like, yeah, no.
But she was. It seems like she was contemplating it, at least, and she was looking at this comic, Captain Future or something, that had something to do with the future as well. So yeah, that could definitely be. You could imagine like a scenario where Ines adopts Mikkel, and that would mean that Mikkel is actually the father of
Jonas,
and that he hung himself. But
it doesn't make sense, because we see that Mikkel is still alive in the 2017 or something, where he comes back as a stranger on the hotel, and he's having.
Eddie Mikkel?
He knows something about Mikkel at least, and he's like, "Wann ist Mikkel?" Which means when is Mikkel. So I think, I don't know, I just got the feeling that he was this Mikkel, the present Mikkel. So it's just, I don't know, I'm very confused, and all these theories and all these things that make sense, but then they don't. And
I'm sure we are meant to be confused at this point. They want us to keep guessing and not be quite sure of what's going on with who and where and when and all that good stuff. But yeah, I think rambled on for long enough about this stuff, and we could probably keep on going, but we're just gonna go in circles now, I think. So yeah. Oh.
One thing, I really love the color scheme, the whole cinematography about it. I think it's I know it gives me feels. So when something gives me the feels, it's working. It's working for me. At least. Yeah. With all the colors, it's very autumn-like, and it's very cold somehow, and it's very. It is very. Yeah. It's almost dystopian. Yeah. Now, even though you're mentioning colors, I almost feel like there's sometimes it feels like they're pulling colors out of there. Yeah, like it's a bit gloomy. It's dark, and once again, no pun intended. But it's just, but yeah, it works. It gives you some kind of, it gives you the feels in some way or another, at least. So they're doing a good job there, whatever they're doing. So yeah, anything else? No, I'm done now.
Okay, fair enough.
I promise.
Yeah, all right. Then that's going to do it for this reaction video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you very soon. Bye.
Bye.